I'm a chef by trade. I've travelled extensively in Asia through the years, not chefing, but travelling. Realised how important water is to humanity just from my travels. One of my friends, he showed me a device which altered the taste and also temperature of water. And from that point I became fascinated about how this device affected water. A circular device which worked on nuclear magnetic resonance, a little bit like a frequency, an audible frequency that vibrated liquid to return it back to life. Refreshened the water to the extent that it made it cooler. There was no chemical smell for this tap water, but also much fresher to drink. And I realised that in cities and towns in the UK, maybe in Europe as well, even in the United States, that most people are drinking water which is still unalive or sleeping because of the way it's been treated and how it arrives to our homes. It's gone through the industrial process a number of times. We don't know how many times it's passed through our system. But the way it's been treated is obviously to make it safer for us to drink and for us to use in our homes and in the hospitals and wherever. The point being is that the way it's been treated is obviously important because it's safer for us to drink, but because it's forced in straight pipes under pressure, it kind of straitjackets its natural flowing, swirling motion that maintains its life force in nature. So as we then consume that, it passes on liveliness to us if it's alive water, and lifelessness if it's straitjacketed tap water. Of course, when we use water at home or wherever we use it, we use detergents, we use cleaning fluids, we use nail varnish remover, we use all sorts of things that go through into the water table. Also, you look at companies, large companies who use their water for the automotive industry, the electronics industry, manufacturing of plastics. It goes on, and of course unknown toxins are then born into our water that we cannot control. Because of my discovery of devices that improve the quality of water, I would never leave home, I would never go anywhere without one of my devices that I now have discovered, another device I've discovered. But you can use crystals. You can use like quartz crystal or amethyst near your water. That will really give it a nice uplifting vibration to it, and that will also detoxify it to an extent. However, there are other ways to improve water at home. Even a wish, a subliminal thought directed towards that water to make the water be well, or to bring the water to life, be alive. Masaru Emoto in Japan, he was looking at words on paper and putting it near water and testing the vibration just of a word of intention on a piece of paper near that water. So that obviously, we knew this a long time before Emoto, but through vibration, through the power of prayer, you can actually improve water. And of course, prayers while you eat, before you eat, is also about blessing the food to make it alive food, make it more nutritious and beneficial for us. So there are ways that humans can use their water frequency to affect other water. I then looked at researching other devices that there were out there in the world that have been invented for a specific purpose to raise our energy vibration by tuning into our water, the environment that we live in, the electrified environment. So the ones I've found to be extremely effective are developed by discoveries made by Nikola Tesla. And that's a Tesla device.
Does it have a particular name?
This one is a computer plate because of its shape. It's quite a strong energy. It's water cut by high-speed water.
What's it made from?
It's made of titanium.
Right. Which is a metal.
Which is a metal, yeah, which is a metal in its own right. It's nearest to bone in the metallurgy world, but also it can hold frequency, the pure frequency, forever, like a little battery. So what I'm going to simply do is just to show you just very briefly if there's an effect just by putting this over a piece of the part of the body.
Wow, I can feel that.
Now this is probably a little bit more subtle.
You know, I can feel it. I can feel whenever it's wherever you put it, I can feel it.
Yeah,
I
can feel it fizzing a little bit in my hand as well now. But this is quite a subtle shape of a Tesla device. So if I make it a stronger shape, this is more like nearer to a square, which is more stronger. And this is really prepared for absorbing the electromagnetics from computers. So it reduces eye strain, reduces the electromagnetic field from a computer, which makes it better to work in front of as well. So if you hold your hand out now, so the shape
has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's right. This is probably a bit stronger.
Yeah, I can feel it.
So can you tell us what your website is, so that we can find out a little bit more about?
Give me your hand over there, please.
Okay.
Even the top of my hands.
Yeah, you feel it.
Rowan, what's your website?
The best website for me will be www.rowanbedford.co.uk.